He was called the Great Explainer, a man who could make the most complex science sound like an exciting story. A physicist, a prankster, a teacher, a truth seeker, and above all, a lover of curiosity. This is the fascinating life story of Richard Feynman, the Nobel Prize-winning physicist who changed the way we understand the universe, and how we enjoy learning about it. Early life, the curious boy from New York. Richard Phillips Feynman was born on May 11, 1918, in Far Rockaway, New York. From the very beginning, he was different. His father, Melville Feynman, wasn't a scientist, he was a uniform salesman, but he taught young Richard something priceless: never stop asking questions. When they'd go on walks, his father would point at birds and say, "You can learn the name of that bird in all languages, but you'll know nothing about the bird. What matters is how it flies, how it eats, how it lives." That lesson shaped Feynman's mind forever. He cared less about names and memorization, and more about understanding how things work. As a child, he built his own radios, fixed electrical devices for fun, and loved solving math puzzles. By his teens, he was already known as the boy who could fix anything. College and brilliance, the rise of a physicist. Feynman went on to study at MIT, where he quickly stood out for his raw intelligence and playful attitude. He wasn't a textbook learner. He'd read-arrive everything himself, saying, "What I cannot create, I do not understand." He then joined Princeton University for his PhD, where he worked under the legendary John Wheeler. His doctoral thesis laid the foundation for quantum electrodynamics years before it became famous. It was here that Feynman met his greatest love, Arlene Greenbaum, a cheerful, witty girl who matched his humor and curiosity. They married young, but tragedy struck soon after. Arlene was diagnosed with tuberculosis. Even while she was dying, Feynman stayed by her side, visiting her daily, solving equations while sitting beside her hospital bed. She passed away in 1945, a loss that broke his heart but deepened his love for life and science. The Manhattan Project: Science and Shadows. During World War II, Feynman was recruited to the Manhattan Project at Los Alamos, the top-secret program that built the atomic bomb. He was one of the youngest scientists on the team, known for his brilliant problem-solving and playful spirit. He'd pick locks on classified cabinets, crack safes, and make jokes even in the most serious moments. But when the first atomic bomb was detonated in 1945, Feynman watched it with awe and horror. He later wrote that, though it was a scientific triumph, it made him question what science should truly serve. That day changed him. He realized that knowledge without wisdom can be dangerous. After the war, quantum genius. After the war, Feynman became a professor at Cornell University and later joined Caltech, where he'd spend most of his life. It was here that he developed his revolutionary approach to quantum electrodynamics (QED), explaining how light and matter interact. Instead of using long, complex equations, he drew simple diagrams, now known as Feynman diagrams, which changed the way physicists visualized particle behavior forever. In 1965, he won the Nobel Prize in Physics for his contributions to QED. But Feynman remained as humble and playful as ever, famously saying, "The Nobel Prize is fine, but I was already happy before I got it." The great teacher, making physics fun. What made Feynman legendary wasn't just his discoveries, it was how he taught. At Caltech, his lectures became famous. He'd jump, joke, and draw wildly on the board, turning abstract physics into stories. His Feynman lectures on physics are still considered masterpieces today. He loved making science human, filled with wonder, laughter, and mistakes. He once said, "If you want to master something, teach it. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough." Beyond science, Feynman had endless hobbies. He played bongo drums, painted, cracked codes, and traveled the world just to learn something new. He saw life as an adventure of learning. The Challenger disaster, speaking truth to power. In 1986, when the Space Shuttle Challenger tragically exploded, Feynman was appointed to the investigation committee. While others avoided controversy, Feynman wasn't afraid to find the truth. During a live TV broadcast, he performed a simple experiment, dipping a rubber O-ring into ice-cold water to show how it lost flexibility in low temperatures. That tiny demonstration exposed the real cause of the disaster and NASA's negligence. He famously concluded, "For a successful technology, reality must take precedence over public relations, for nature cannot be fooled." Legacy: the joy of finding things out. Richard Feynman passed away in 1988, leaving behind a legacy of brilliance, honesty, and joy. He wasn't just a scientist, he was a storyteller of the universe. He taught us that learning is not about memorizing facts, but about feeling the beauty of discovery. He once said, "I would rather have questions that can't be answered than answers that can't be questioned." Feynman's life reminds us that curiosity, creativity, and courage can change the world. If Richard Feynman's story inspired you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories of science legends. Because the universe is full of wonder, and the joy of finding things out never ends.